Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back.
Sorry we missed last week.
Last time we talked, I was in third, and now I'm in seventh. So let's just move on from there.
Times they are a changing.
Very much so. Let's talk about me and how bad I was last week. I lost 9-2 against Matt. Fun stats for me: I had 0 wins and only 18 runs for the entire week.
That's not good.
No.
But Matt jumped out of last place with it. So
He did. You're welcome. I think that just shows that I'm bad on both ends there with 0 wins and 18
yeah,
runs.
that was an all-around bad. I mean, is that the floor?
Well, 2 weeks from now, if I'm still doing this, you might get an announcement of I might tank. I have guys like McCutcheon and Miggy that people would want, especially top 5.
I think people do like those players.
They're pretty good. They're pretty good at what they do. Let's move on to you and David. Congrats, sir. Very, very good win.
Big
all
win.
around.
Big win.
10 quality starts.
Take that, David.
You had 9 home runs and lost. In most weeks, when you have 9 home runs, you're going to win. So, I mean, still, you dominated. David had 10, but 9-3. You're really catching
I'm on a 5-game win streak here.
Yeah.
So I look to keep this going
You
and hopefully solidify my first-round bye.
You're playing someone that's been performing very well the last couple of weeks, so we'll see what happens there.
Performing very well right now.
We'll see. Knock on wood if there's any.
So my matchup, interestingly enough, came down to the last at-bat of the week for another category. Starlin Castro's second game-winning hit in a row gave me the extra RBI I needed to win another category.
Yeah.
So thank you,
Maybe
Starlin.
I could have used him. I used to have him.
Well, he has not been that good for me.
No,
so.
he hasn't. No. Yeah. Marcus, the luckiest man alive, beat Brandon 7-2. But I don't want to talk about what you did well. I want to talk about the ties. You guys had 3 ties. You tied with 9 home runs, tied with 6 saves, and you tied with 5 quality starts. That's very solid, if not above average in every single one of those categories, and you tied in every single one. So.
And with the loss, Brandon
into last.
On down to last.
Yeah.
Brandon, fix that.
You work in a sports bar. You should know what's going on.
You should know what's going on. Nice pickup on Segrist, though.
Yeah.
Even though you said it was unintentional, but
hey,
whatever works.
So Dustin and Teresa. I forgot to write down the score. I know Dustin won by a lot.
Yeah, it was a blowout again. Dustin is blowing out everyone every week, and this needs to stop.
Yeah, he won. Where do I have it? Why don't I see it here? This line. Oh, wrong week. Dustin, you won 9-3. You guys were very solid in every category. The only category you weren't solid in was ERA, 3.95 for Teresa and 4.31 for Dustin. Other than that, you both had very good weeks.
Yeah, Dustin had really great pitching stats before that, and he still managed to hang on to some really great pitching stats despite the terrible week. Yeah. So that shows how good it was
before. You won 3 of the pitching stats, so very good job, Dustin. Let's talk about Dudley. I talked shit about
the hottest team in the league,
pitching for a long time, and I'm here to take that away, pull that back, because you had 9 saves, a 3.09 ERA, a 1.11 WHIP, a 9.5 K per 9, and 6 quality starts.
I'm not taking it back.
I mean, hey,
I'm not doing it.
Okay, well, I take it back. Maybe you'll go easy on me next time we play. Hey, I don't know, but yeah, you won 9-3.
So it was all blowouts last week.
Yeah, 9-3.
No close games. That's kind of disappointing.
Yeah, well, for half of us.
For half of us, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, again, though, it seemed like last week it kind of split the haves and the have-not even farther.
Yep. Me being the have
It's starting to look like 8, 9, and 10 are kind of done right now.
7 and 6 kind of don't know what to do.
Yep.
And everybody else is in
and top 5 are like you're in the playoffs.
Mark's
as of
we're
now.
in the worst
Barring
place
a collapse,
you can be. Yeah.
It doesn't take much, though.
Yep.
Now, having said that, I went back and looked at updated standings again based on stats to see, if any luck had changed over the last few weeks.
It did.
Top 5 pretty much stay the exact same.
Yep.
We're right on track.
You guys
Dudley
are doing a great job.
has the best team in the league, though.
It's from that pitching that I just named.
It's not from the pitching.
Oh, okay.
It's from his hitting.
Okay.
He has the best hitting team in the league by an absolute
Long
landslide.
shot. Yeah.
So don't keep that up. I'd still be in second. He would flip with Dustin. Dustin would move down to third. Not a big change.
No.
Derek's still in fourth. David's still in fifth.
He's been kind of fading a little bit.
Brandon, though, is getting screwed. You'd be in the playoffs right now, Brandon. So
it would be in 6, but you're not. You're in last.
Sorry, you're getting some bad calls. Blame that umpire. Teresa would be in 7th. Matt up 1 to 8th. Stefan down from 7 to 9. And Marcus, again, like you said, the
Luckiest
luckiest
man
team in the
alive.
league.
What's funny enough,
On
the
down to
9 and
10th.
10 in those rotisserie standings are actually fighting out for that 6th spot. So
So just to give you a little flavor of the stats, an average score would be in your combined totals about a 33. Dudley, you're down to a 14 in hitting, which is just
very, very good.
incredible. You're leading the league in four separate categories out of 6, which is amazing. I'm leading the league in 3 pitching categories and also have a 14 in pitching. So that's number 1 by just a little bit over Dustin. Worst teams in the league.
You can talk about me. It's okay.
You're just pitching.
Yeah.
You know that. You and Matt have tied for the worst pitching.
Hey, so we're not alone.
You're last in 3 categories in pitching,
Mhm.
and Marcus is hitting. He's last in 3 hitting categories.
Yeah.
Pretty terrible.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for upgrades, there's where you need to do it.
Yep. Maybe this week we'll bring you something new.
And Derek's hitting and pitching is exactly even.
Well-rounded team.
Well-rounded.
Yeah.
That'll get you a nice playoff bid.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on to this week.
So I have me and Tanker. I picked Tanker because I have won 4 categories and lost 20 the last 2 weeks.
Ouch.
So I'm thinking that doesn't recover that big, so I'm going with Tanker.
On a 5-game win streak, for me, I would love to say me, but right now I'm basically already out of ERA and WHIP.
I would take a 6-6 tie.
I'm
I'd be
done
very
with those
happy
2
with that.
categories.
Should we just call it right now and go 6-6?
At this point, I think I would take that.
Yeah.
This is not a good start. Julio Teheran today was 1 out away from a quality start. Ended up giving up 6 runs instead. Last start, he was 7 innings, 1 earned, and ended up with 7 innings and 4 runs. So they seem to take him out 1 out too late every time. Note to Braves, get him the hell out of the game.
You let the Red Sox beat you. They haven't won in like weeks.
They can't score anything.
Yeah. Marcus and David. I picked Marcus because you're the luckiest man
This is an
alive.
interesting matchup.
Yeah, David has been kind of not up to what I
been
thought he would be.
middling a little bit lately.
But Marcus is lucky. I think he's going to win.
I'm going to go with a 6-6-7-5. I'm not sure which way. I'll stick with 6-6 and take the easy way out.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Dustin and Brandon.
I picked Dustin.
I'm going to pick Dustin as well, but right now, I mean, it's only early Tuesday. Brandon's crushing it.
Yeah.
I hope that keeps up because I think I've been like some absurd 43 and 14 over the past 5 weeks and only gained like a couple games on Dustin. I mean, that's crazy.
Yep.
So
You
someone
had a
needs to
good
beat
team.
him. Brandon, be that guy.
Dudley and Teresa. I went Dudley because
Because he's the
best
hottest team in the league.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right now, his
that's
team's better.
hands down.
Mm-hmm.
And Teresa's team is terrible. She's mentally given up already.
She's got something new going on in her life. Did she get a
You can't
puppy?
use that as she did get a puppy.
She did get a puppy.
But you can't use
Something
that as
like
an excuse
that.
forever.
No.
Priorities here.
Matt
and Derek.
Gotta get that straight. I picked Derek because I don't want to poke the bear, and I'm playing him next week. So
Bounce back week.
yeah, I picked Derek.
Well, good luck to everyone but you.
You too, bud. I thought we were settled on a 6-6 tie here.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I need some luck to get back to 6-6.
I would take it right now. You're the assistant, and I'm the assistant to the assistant. So
So
We can
we're
finagle
going to
that.
play a little game called Would You Rather right now.
would you rather? And it's not sexual.
This
it is.
apply. It
baseball.
could be if
Well,
you want it. But,
Maybe it is.
who knows.
To each their own.
You're going to make this through real baseball if you're a real GM
Yep.
and fantasy baseball. It applies to both.
So let's start off with.
Would you
Kershaw.
rather have Felix or Clayton?
I picked Clayton on both fronts just because he is 2 years younger. That's for as far as like the team wise, and he has had a sub 2 ERA the last 2 years fantasy wise. The last 3 starts, Felix has been 2 of those 3 have been terrible. He went a third of an inning,
That
gave
was
8 earned runs.
amazing.
And don't forget, 4 1/3 innings 2 starts ago, and gave up 7 earned runs. So I'm going with Kershaw. It
But
wasn't as
on the other hand, Kershaw's ERA is still
3.38.
it's
It's getting better considering from what he started with, but I would still go Kershaw on both fronts. What about you?
I'm biased. I like Felix
I know you
more.
do. I know you do.
You know what? I think I would take Kershaw on the real team and Felix in fantasy this year. Because you're just bound to have a little bit of a down
Sure.
year for Clayton.
You don't think Kershaw?
He can't throw a 2 ERA forever, right?
I don't.
But being a lefty, that's why I would take him in real life. You gotta
You're in good
Have those
hands either
lefties,
way
yeah.
in fantasy with one of those guys. Let's go towards the youngins. They're younger than both of us. Trout and Harper. I split these. If I was a team, I would pick Trout just because of what he's done the last 3 years. Now, talk to me at the end of this year or end of next year. Maybe it'll flip because I think Harper's the real deal, but I got to go with numbers here. As far as fantasy goes this year, I would go Harper because he's hitting 40 points higher and has 3 more home runs. That's my take on that. So split them up.
I'm biased again here.
Yeah.
But having said that, at the beginning of the year, my name last year was Tank for Trout.
It was, yeah. And that did not work for you.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like Trout was the better bet coming into this year. I mean, he was more well-rounded player, but now Bryce has become that player. So I don't know.
That's why I say I'd love to answer this question at the end of the year.
Bryce is hitting in a better lineup, probably. You give him that. You give him more
Yeah.
RBI opportunities.
But still, you can't. I mean, he's hitting 3-4
And
basically.
he walks every other at bat
Yeah.
that he doesn't hit. So, I mean, in real life, I think I'd have to go with Bryce as well. And
That's why you talk to me next year at All-Star break, and I think I'd have a better answer for you, more educated answer. But hey, either way, again, you're in good hands.
win-win. So we went with the young guys. Now we're gonna go a little bit younger.
Even younger. Well, kind of.
Who would
Buxton,
Yeah.
but not
Who would you
Bryant.
take? Byron Buxton or Chris Bryant?
This was hard for me again because watching Buxton play on Sunday, I think it was, against the Rangers. I mean, he's just full of talent, but there's not a lot of numbers in the minor leagues. He's been hurt, and Bryant
Seems to be very injury prone.
he does, and Bryant has the numbers. I mean, you're looking at basically he's played 53 games this year, so it's about a third of the season. He's hitting 294 and 7 home runs. That's projected for a pretty good rookie season.
He's been
Yeah.
incredible. I mean,
So-
he's rookie of the year hands down.
Oh,
right now.
absolutely. So I go with him on both fronts. Easily in fantasy right now. That was easy. As far as taking him as if you're an actual GM, I still go with Bryant because he's a little more proven. But again, talk to me in June of next year.
So what you're saying is Alex made the wrong decision and Matt's right.
Yeah, I guess. Which, I mean, not good to disagree with Alex because he's going to get mad on Facebook.
He is gonna
but,
get mad on Facebook. That was just a little.
Give us your
poke.
best shot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I think you take
Yeah.
Chris both without doubt. And I mean, the fact he might end up moving to outfield, but right now he's at a premium position. Outfielders you can get more easily.
Very true.
So I would stick with him.
Next one's very interesting. There's a wild card in this. Blue Jays lineup or Nats starting pitching staff? We'll let you start.
Pitchers win you championships.
Yep.
Period. I mean, right now they're not healthy. They look terrible outside of Scherzer. It's a complete mess. I mean, this was supposed to be possibly the best rotation of all time.
And Gio hasn't been up to snuff.
Gio has not been
neither
great.
has Zimmerman's been okay.
You expected him to be a 5. That's fine.
Yeah.
Fister's been hurt. Zimmerman's been terrible.
3.880 ERA.
Strasburg has been even worse than terrible. He did shave his goatee.
Maybe that's the difference maker.
Yeah, I mean, they're calling up the young guys right now who haven't been all that helpful. They're still winning games, but it's been kind of a mess. Now, the Jays' offense, they were not rolling at the beginning of the year either.
They just finished winning 11 of 12.
And now they're rolling.
Yeah.
Now they're rolling.
For that reason, I put if I'm a GM, I'd still love the names that are on that top flight pitching staff with Fister and Strasburg being healthy. So if I was a GM, I would take that because that wins you World Series titles. As far as fantasy goes, right now I think the Blue Jays lineup I would roll with.
I'm with you too.
Yeah, because
in fantasy, you need offense, and you can find trash pitching.
Yep.
And it goes the other way in real life, I think.
Also, I have one more to add. Would you rather have 52-year-old Mike Gallego start at second base in the All-Star game or Omar Infante with a 210 average and a 294 on-base percentage?
Gallego.
I'm going with Gallego.
I was going to go on a rant about this today. How badly do they need to fix this All-Star voting? How ridiculous
They brought
is
it
this?
back in 75, and it has been almost every year there's been just a mess at one position. Never this bad.
I'm totally okay with the voting to get the starting players, but you can't have the game matter then.
Exactly.
It has to be an
That's
exhibition.
the disconnect. I think
You're having 8 Royals start this game right now.
Still, man, if I'm a kid that's 12 who I remember watching the All-Star game, I'm not going to want to watch somebody hitting 210. Maybe do it like how I think it's the NFL and the NBA both do it. Like the fans have a certain percentage of the decision.
I would let the managers, instead of they do it the other way, where the managers pick the reserves.
starters.
I would let them pick the starters and
Yeah.
let the fans pick the reserves.
That's a good idea.
That's the way I would try to fix this because this is insane.
But maybe it'll change. Like Yost said, if you don't like it, go vote. So
That's right.
I
Did you guys vote?
I voted one time.
You know who needs votes? Chris Bryant, because he has no friends. Have you seen that?
No.
The Cubs put together an ad how Chris Bryant has nothing to do during All-Star break because he has no friends, so you need to vote him in.
I mean, I feel bad for the guy.
He
That
said he's
sucks.
new to Chicago and doesn't know anyone.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Go to the Blackhawks parade, maybe. But that's before the All-Star
that
break.
is- yeah, that's coming.
Congrats to the Blackhawks.
So, all right. Well, that's all we got for today.
I have no trivia. So
Thanks for listening.
Good luck to everyone except Tinker.
See you guys later.